Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty specific, maybe a bit overlooked sometimes. It's the CRAFTSMAN 16-gallon wet-dry vac, the 6.5 peak HP one, model CMXEVBE17595. Yes, you sent us, well, basically a mountain of stuff, detailed reports, tech specs, and get this, over 11,000 user reviews. So our mission today, we're going to cut through all that noise, find the really important bits, and, give you the absolute shortcut to understanding this tool.
Exactly. And it's not just going to be about how much it sucks. We're going to unpack some really fascinating things about the brand itself, how things are actually made these days, and why this particular model is, well, surprisingly strong in one key area, but also has a couple of, let's say, quirks.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. We'll look at how a big American name like Craftsman fits into this whole global manufacturing picture now, and what that actually means for, how the product performs day to day and how long it might last. You probably think you know shop facts, but I think there's some real aha moments coming up. Okay. All right, let's dig in. So it says 6.5 peak horsepower. That sounds powerful. But when we're talking wet dry vacs, is peak HP really the number we should be fixated on? Or is there something else that tells a better story?
That is such a good question because peak HP, well, it's often just a lab number, right? No load. It's more like a classification, really.
Right.
The real muscle here, the thing you feel, is the airflow. Yeah. CFM, cubic feet per minute. And independent tests clocked this one at a massive 248 CFM.
Whoa, 248?
Yeah. I mean, put that in perspective. It's way higher than a lot of its direct competitors. Yeah. So for grabbing lots of lighter stuff like sawdust or leaves, it's incredibly efficient, a real beast for clearing out a workshop floor.
Okay, 248 CFM, that is serious airflow. Makes sense why so many of those reviews are just raving about the power, saying it could suck up, anything not bolted down. But, okay, looking at the whole picture, for all that amazing suction, I was kind of surprised, actually. Something pretty basic seems to be missing from the box.
And this hits on that total value idea, right? It's great at its main job, sucking things up. But, yeah, it doesn't come standard with a crevice tool, which is, pretty fundamental for getting into tight spots. So you'll probably have to buy one separately, which adds a bit to the actual cost.
Yeah, definitely something to factor in. And okay, speaking of context, let's talk Craftsman.
Yeah.
The brand. It's like an American icon steeped in history.
Yeah.
But how they make stuff today, it's different, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Craftsman used to be Sears exclusively. Now it's owned by Stanley Black & Decker. But here's the kicker for this specific vacuum. The listed manufacturer is Emerson Tool Company and Emerson. That's the same OEM, the original equipment manufacturer that makes the Ridgid wet dry vacs too.
Wait, really? So Emerson makes both? Yep.
Okay, wow, that completely reframes things then. If you're comparing a Craftsman and a Ridgid side by side, you're basically looking at cousins, maybe even siblings, not totally different brands. So for someone, like me maybe, who grew up thinking Craftsman was all American made, how does knowing they share a manufacturer, probably even a factory somewhere, change how you think about quality or even loyalty?
It's a really interesting shift in perception, isn't it? While Craftsman definitely has that American heritage and Stanley Black & Decker is trying to bring some manufacturing back stateside, the reality for many products, including this vac, is global manufacturing, often China, Taiwan, places like that. That keeps the price competitive, for sure. But it's also a big part of why sometimes you hear mixed things about newer Craftsman stuff compared to, the legendary older tools. That makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at some of those recurring complaints in the reviews, things like maybe the plastic latches feel a bit flimsy, or the lid doesn't seal perfectly every time, or the wheels are kind of sticky. Even with that high overall rating, those little build quality things pop up.
Right. So, okay, let's tie this all together. If we step back, the big standout for this Craftsman, the CMXEVBE17595, is really that power for the price. You're getting absolutely class-leading airflow, that 248 CFM for quite a bit less money than some others. It's a champ for bulk cleaning, no doubt.
Yeah, the value on paper for pure suction is amazing. But like we found, it comes with trade-offs. You got to buy your own crevice tool, number one. And number two, there are those question marks around the modern build quality, which is maybe not quite the bulletproof reputation the brand used to have.
Exactly. So what does all this mean for you, the person thinking about buying it? It means you're basically weighing truly exceptional performance, like raw power, against some compromises. Convenience, maybe perceived long-term toughness, and knowing that it shares DNA, that manufacturing platform, with Ridgid, that definitely helps you make a more informed choice, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So here's something that you want. Given this vac's incredible airflow for the cost, likely thanks to that shared platform.
Yeah.
What other tools or maybe even appliances out there might be built the same way, where if you dug into who the real OEM is, you'd find surprising connections or hidden advantages you never even considered? Something to think about.